Okay.
Okay, good afternoon. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. My name is Sylvia Hernandez, and I am facilitating this session today. Welcome to Virtual College Exploration for All Illinois Students, sponsored by the Illinois Association for College Admission Counseling and StriveScan. Again, thank you for joining us. Just a few quick housekeeping announcements before we get started. Students can use the Q&A button on the bottom of the screen to type any questions to our presenters at any time throughout this presentation. Your camera and microphone are off. We are in webinar mode, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this is just one of many different sessions that IACAC is offering over the next 6 weeks. If you want to get more information or see a full listing of those, you can visit iacac.org. I also live right by the Blue Line train, if you can hear that in the background. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at that same website, iacac.org. So I'd like to now turn it over to our presenters to get you started.
All right, I am going to go ahead and share my PowerPoint. All right, awesome. All right, everyone, welcome. My name is Jill Homerding, and I am the Chicago Regional Admissions Counselor for Lawrence Technological University, or as we often say, Lawrence Tech, or LTU, often on campus. So you'll be hearing me use those names throughout the presentation. We're going to go over some great information about Lawrence Tech to start off this session, and then I will be passing it off to Dr. Selin Arslan, our Associate Dean for Undergraduate Programs and Associate Professor in the College of Engineering, and she'll really delve deeper into the College of Engineering, the focal point of this presentation. All right, so to go ahead and get started with this PowerPoint. Okay. So Lawrence Tech is a small private university. We are located in Southfield, Michigan. Southfield is located about 20 miles northwest of downtown Detroit. So it's a northwest suburb of Detroit. And for those of you that are living in the Chicagoland area right now, it's about a 4.5, 5-hour drive to Southfield, depending on where you are in the Chicagoland area. And you'll essentially just drive across the entire state of Michigan on 94 to get there. Southfield is the nation's #1 region for engineering, architecture, and technology. So that's a great, that's a great thing for our students when looking for internships and co-ops. It's a really huge perk of our location of being in Southfield. All right, our size. I mentioned that we are a small school. So to be more specific, we have about 2,000 undergraduate students, and with our graduate student population, our grand total is about 3,000. 11:1 is our student to faculty ratio, and our average class size is about 15 students. Additionally, all of our courses are taught by faculty, so you'll never have a teaching assistant or a graduate assistant. It'll always be a faculty member. And with these numbers, you'll always really have a personalized, individualized education. You'll never just be a number or a face in the crowd in a huge lecture hall with hundreds of students. That just really doesn't exist on our campus. We don't have huge lecture halls. And then just a quick history lesson. We were founded in 1932 by the Lawrence brothers as a College of Engineering. So our first campus was actually adjacent to the Henry Ford Model T plant. And so then their idea was that the workers could work at the plant during the day and then come to school in the evening. And so that way they, what they were learning in the classroom, they could actually apply right on the job. And then that developed really into a model that we still hold true to this day, and that is theory and practice. So what do I mean by theory and practice? What that means is not only are our students getting a base of theoretical knowledge to be successful, so the theory part of it, but then they are getting that hands-on education and experience from day one, the practice part of it. They are getting in the studios and the labs from, right away, freshman year, first semester, and jumping right in, getting their hands dirty. We want to make sure that our students at the undergraduate level are having these opportunities. And so other ways that we carry out our motto of theory and practice are through things like co-ops and internships, undergraduate research, and one of my favorite aspects about LTU called LTU Zone. So what is LTU Zone, you may ask? Well, technological is our middle name. So we really like to incorporate incorporate tech in everything that we do. So LTU Zone is our campus laptop program for our students, and it's included in tuition, but it's not just any laptop. It's a high-end laptop loaded with industry standard software designed for your specific major. So it's specifically designed for whatever you're majoring in. And because it's professional grade software, it's the same as what companies are using. So you really have a leg up when applying to internships, right? You already know the software. You don't have to be taught. We do have a lot of students that will, tell us, they'll come back to the admissions office and tell us how their internship went or their co-op, and they say, it was great, but, we did have to teach the other students that didn't go to Lawrence Tech how to use the software. So again, it's a really great benefit for our students. You're ready to go once you leave the classroom and onto your co-ops and internships. And it's not required, but most of our students take advantage of this awesome program. All right, so now on to campus life. We still have a lot to offer on campus, even though we are a smaller school. We have over 60 clubs and organizations, so there's always something to do on campus to get involved. We have Greek life, cultural organizations, professional organizations, special interest groups. And if there's something you don't see, you can start a club or organization by working with our student engagement office and our dean of students. Essentially, we really want to make sure that you're getting everything you want to get out of your college experience here at Lawrence Tech. Another great way for our students to become involved on campus is by living on campus. So we have 4 great residential halls on campus, but the one I want to focus on today is East Residence Hall. So that's our brand new freshman dorm, and it's community style. So in East, since it's all freshmen, there really is that sense of camaraderie. We want you getting out of your room, using the lounges, using the fitness center in the building, things like that, to make connections with our students living in the building, with the other students living in the building. We think that living on campus is a great opportunity to help bridge that gap from high school to college, and to really immerse yourself in what it's like to be a student at Lawrence Tech. You're right on campus, so you're really in the thick of things that way. And one more thing I like to mention when talking about campus life is that anyone can have a car on campus, freshmen included, and parking is absolutely free. So for those of you that would want to bring a car, you certainly can. And for those of you that would choose not to, there actually is an Amtrak train that goes from various Chicagoland locations to the town right next door to Southfield, which is called Royal Oak, Michigan. So right next door, really very close to campus. So if you want to take that Amtrak train to get from home to campus, certainly a lot of our out-of-state Midwest students utilize that train to get back and forth. And then in regards to athletics, we do have over 30 men and women's varsity athletic teams. You can see them listed on the screen here. We are part of the NAIA, actually. So it's essentially equivalent to the NCAA Division III, but with NAIA, you can receive scholarship for your sport. And I do also like to point out that this does include our marching band, our drumline, dance team, and color guard. So you can also earn scholarship opportunities for those sports as well. And if you're interested in playing a varsity sport, you can go to our website, and you'll see this on the screen. It's www.ltuathletics.com, and you'll see it there. And so you go there and you'll click on the Recruit Me form. And then this will essentially be the way that will get your information over to the coaches to discuss possibly playing at Lawrence Tech. All right, next up, under where it says investments, we'll go over quickly tuition and fees, because that's certainly an important part of the college experience. So we assess our tuition and fees per credit hour. So we do an estimate based on 30 credit hours for a full year, so 15 credits in fall, 15 credits in the spring, and that's pretty normal. You'll see from the chart that the tuition does vary a little bit based upon the college that you're in, but that you can see that the range is usually from $34,000 to $36,000 a year. And then if you add in housing and a meal plan, you're looking closer to $45,000 to $47,000 a year. And so this is what we like to call our sticker price. So what I mean by that is that this does not include any scholarship opportunities or financial aid for students. So most of our students are receiving some form of scholarship or aid. So really no one's paying this sticker price. So let's dive a little deeper into that. So again, you'll see the numbers here. 74% of our students receive financial assistance. So we do encourage all students to fill out the FAFSA. Additionally, we do offer academic merit-based scholarships, which you'll see over in the blue box on the far right-hand side of the screen. And so for our academic scholarships, you're automatically reviewed for upon acceptance. There isn't a separate application process for that. And then we also have other scholarships, such as scholarships for students that are involved in DECA, FIRST Robotics, VEX Robotics, Eagle Scouts, Girl Scouts, things like that. And you can receive up to 2 scholarships from us. So you can stack. So let's say you receive an athletic scholarship or one of the ones I just mentioned. You can stack that on top of a merit one that you might receive. We also have our Buell Honor and Donnelly scholarships, which are full ride tuition scholarships, but those are application only. So there is a separate application process. We also have an out-of-state scholarship for those of you in the great state of Illinois with me. So essentially, if you're admitted, you will receive that out-of-state scholarship, which is $5,000 annually. So that's a really great perk for our out-of-state students. All right. Oops. All right, so switching gears to the admission side of things. To start, our requirements. So what we need from you, we need the application, and we're on the Common App, and we also have our own application on our website. We will need your official high school transcript sent directly from your high school over to us, and then a personal essay. So, and we're also going fully test optional for 2021, so you don't need to submit your test score to be considered for both merit-based scholarships and for acceptance to Lawrence Tech. But if you do have a test score, feel free to send that in to us. We will take that into consideration when looking at placement exams. So just again, for you seniors in the room, just to know that we are going fully test optional for 2021. Additionally, we are rolling admissions. Oh gosh. We are rolling admissions. So essentially what that means is, there is no deadline to apply, but I would recommend that if you apply by Thanksgiving, you'll be all set to go, and then you can enjoy the holiday season without having to worry about applications. And then as you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see that there's a list of our academic majors that we offer with the colleges as well. And we'll hear about the College of Engineering in just a second here, but I also want to just mention our other 3 colleges. So our College of Architecture and Design, our College of Arts and Sciences, and our College of Business and Information Technology. And then just to wrap things up, I always like to say visit. Visit if you can, and whether that's virtually or in person, it's still a visit. So we're offering daily tours both virtually and on campus. So if you'd like to come visit, we'd love to have you on our campus. We are following safety protocol and social distancing COVID restrictions. So, everything is set in place for safety. But if you can't make it, that's completely okay. We have plenty of virtual options for you guys. And feel free to, I think what's important is to follow us on social media. I think that's a great way, especially if you can't make it to campus, to get a feel of what campus is like, through those platforms. You see the Instagram story, or, you see something, a picture. It's a really great way to get a feel of what campus is like without being there. And then I've also included my information as well. So as always, please feel free to reach out to me with any questions. But now I will turn it over to Dr. Arslan, and she'll be able to talk about our College of Engineering.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dr. Selin Arslan. I am the Associate Dean for Undergraduate Programs at Lawrence Technical University at the College of Engineering. And I would like to pause here because there's my phone number and my email address. And I know that sometimes you hear the presentation, you ask questions, but then you think about more questions. So email is the best way to reach me. And then if you happen to be on campus, I would also love to give you personal tours. So having my phone and my email address would be really helpful with that. So I would like to start by saying that our mission is to graduate highly skilled engineers that are equipped so that they can embrace a changing world. I think this year was a good example of that, how resilient and flexible we need to be. And our vision is to be a preeminent engineering college that we are recognized for our leading edge programs and sustainable advanced technologies. By American Society of Employers, we are listed as the top 5 institutions that the companies recruit from. Also by PayScale ranks Lawrence Tech graduate salaries in the Michigan's top 4. The 2020 best colleges at Grad Reports listed mechanical engineering program in their best colleges list. we have really state-of-the-art labs where our undergraduate students get to have hands-on experience and have some research assistantship projects where they actually get paid and work with our professors. One of the examples is our fire loading chamber that can simulate extreme conditions like 9/11 or a freezing rain. And you can fit a convertible car to a military Humvee in these. Another one is the Center for Innovative Materials Research Lab, which is over $11 million worth. And this is where the first highway bridge that's done by carbon reinforcing, not by steel, is built and fabricated. Another one that's actually I'm in charge of is the JCI Vehicle Engineering System Lab, where you see me with other students. They're all undergraduate students that I work with, where we have an independent four-wheel chassis dyno and a robot driver. And the students get to have hands-on experiences. And we have industry-sponsored projects where they can end up working or having internships at. We have numerous programs. We have Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering, Civil Engineering. We have Master of Science in Architectural Engineering, Electrical, Computer, and Embedded Software Engineering, Mechanical, Robotics, and Industrial Engineering. Also Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering Technology, Construction Engineering Technology and Management, and Audio Engineering Technology. And you see the pictures of our chairs of the departments. And I will jump in and give more details about the programs that we offer at the bachelor's level. So the first one, I'm going to go alphabetically, is the Biomedical Engineering, and our department chair is Professor Dr. Yawen Lee, and her information is also listed on this slide. Biomedical engineering is actually truly an interdisciplinary field where our students apply the engineering principles, the fundamentals of science, and the design concepts. And they get to study, modify, control, and design biological systems. An example here is an insulin pump. It looks like an AirPod case when you just look at it. But when you open it up, it has packaging that you get to study materials science. It has pump and controllers, which is bioinstrumentation. It has a syringe pump, which is mechanics and microfluidics. You have to put the stuff together with an adhesive, which is chemistry and physiology. There's wireless controls, synthetic insulin. So our students do the design, the production, the testing, even the marketing and the sales. In our new Taubman Complex lab, which I highly recommend you coming and visiting, we have 6 different labs for biomedical engineering. From bioinstrumentation to biomaterials, we have our biomechanics lab where we study the movements of the body, microelectrical mechanical systems lab, our tissue engineering lab, and our electron microscope lab. One of the things that we do in every program in College of Engineering is that you have to do a senior capstone project to graduate. And in biomedical engineering, it's one of the most rewarding and the most valuable experiences that you get to have, because you will work with actual clients and clinical personnel where you can design, and in the end, you can even market your biomedical products. When our biomedical engineers graduate, 53% of them go to industry, 13% of them work in research in universities or hospitals, and 33% end up going to either graduate school, medical school, or pharmacy school. The next one on the list is the Civil and Architectural Engineering Department, and our department chair is Dr. Edmund Ewan, and here is his information. And in Civil and Architectural Engineering, we have 2 different programs. The first one I would like to talk about is Master of Science in Architectural Engineering. I know it might be a little bit weird to hear that it's a master's program, but it's actually a direct master's program. So it's a direct entry. You enter as a freshman, at the end of 5 years, you graduate with your master's degree. We call this degree left brain, right brain that works together, where you study architecture and design, structural systems, mechanical systems, electrical systems, and construction management. And you get to study integrative building engineering design. This is the second ABET accredited integrated bachelor's and master's degree, and it's one of the only 26 degrees in the nation, where our students do undergraduate and graduate research. They have paid internships, and we have a 50-50 female-male ratio. And we always say we have 100+ % placement, because our students during their senior year, when they're graduating, they have more than one job offer. And also, they also do a capstone project, which is international competitions. And we have a lot of awards that our students were very successful with their projects. The civil engineering degree is a Bachelor of Science degree, where our goal is to graduate leaders that can work in constructing the nation's infrastructures with their innovative design and sustainable designs. We are the first civil engineering undergraduate program in Michigan to adopt the American Society of Civil Engineers Vision 2025, and our senior projects won nation's awards. We have the best civil engineering labs in the Southeast Michigan. One of the examples that I showed you earlier is the Center for Innovative Materials Research, which is a national resource for defense and homeland security. Lawrence Tech's civil engineering program listed as the top 5 civil engineering programs in the whole nation. And also in 2017, best value civil engineering programs, we are ranked number 9. And I want to show you a quick video of our student projects, and I'll talk while I'm showing you this. So our students do numerous different projects. It's going to deflect the quarter of the timber bridge design. Another one is the reinforced concrete beam grade, where they get to study the strength of the grade. This is a steel bridge design where our students build a steel bridge and they're competing with respect to time. And another one that you will see pretty soon is the concrete canoe, because civil engineers love concrete and they can do a canoe and then actually race in a river. And then the last but not least is our concrete toboggan, which we compete in Canada, and we are the only US team. And a couple of years ago, we won the whole competition and listed as King of the Hill. USA! The next department I would like to talk about is electrical and computer engineering, and our department chair is Dr. Nabi Jabber, and here's his contact information here. And electrical engineering is the definition of high core. You get to study very different subdisciplines from control systems, electronics, communication, and you get to design from small microchips to large power systems. The other degree we have is computer engineering, which I call, it's a marriage between computer science and electrical engineering, where our students study the software, the computer architecture, networking, math, and the computer science. And they work in really cutting edge projects like human-machine interface. And if you remember Steve Ballmer, who used to be the CEO of Microsoft, he actually attended Lawrence Tech and got an honorary doctorate degree from us. The last degree that's offered in this department is called the Embedded Software Engineering, and this is due to a high demand from the industry because physical world contains much fewer resources compared to a computer. So you need to really become familiar with the software, and software is very important. So in this degree, you work closely with the applications of software and hardware engineers. An example I would like to give you is the microwave popcorn button. So you don't have to do anything, just put the microwave popcorn in there and just press the button and it does everything for you. And I'm hoping you do your own laundry. Another example is the dryers that it just senses when it dries, and it's always due to the embedded software engineers that our machines are really smart right now. So what is unique about electrical and computer engineering at Lawrence Tech? Like all the other programs that we have to offer, we do highly encourage internships and co-ops while you're taking your classes. That you can get full-time and part-time jobs, you can work interdisciplinary with other departments, you get to have undergraduate research experience, and you can work in many diverse fields, from cell phones to computer architecture, as I mentioned earlier, even fighter jets, because the old director, Larry Lawson of Lockheed Martin, is one of our alumni. And you also find jobs with really high starting salaries. And as I mentioned earlier, the capstone projects that we do also in electrical engineering, electrical and computer engineering, you can see an example that you start with the circuit design, CAD design, and you have a final product. The final product doesn't always look this small. It can even be a guitar. And here you see a guitar synthesizer, which started from the circuit design and then ended up being the electro guitar that you get to play. The other degree that we offer is under Mechanical, Robotics, and Industrial Engineering department, and our department chair is Dr. Bidia Jawad, and here's his contact information. And what is the first thing that comes to mind when we think about mechanical engineering? It's competitive motorsports, right? So we have as a part of our senior capstone projects, this is very unique to Lawrence Tech Engineering, is that you can be a part of one of our competition teams, either a formula team, Formula Electric team, Baja team, Super Mileage team, Aero Design team, or our Intelligent Ground Vehicle competition team. let's take a quick video of our competition teams, which we call Blue Devil Motorsport. But if you're not really into vehicles, you don't have to worry about it because mechanical engineering is very diverse. You learn the theory in the classroom and you get to have the hands-on experience in our applied research labs. One of the ones that I showed you earlier is our JC High Vehicle Engineering Systems Lab. We have our cutting edge particle image velocimetry lab. We have our newly renovated mechatronics lab. And our students with this hands-on experience, they get to have really cool internships like Stephanie Campbell that you see on the top left corner. Had an internship at NASA, and Amy Zank had an internship at one of our national labs. And once you get your degree from Lawrence Tech, your Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, it leads to careers that are cutting edge and in the emerging engineering fields. Like our alumna, Kelly Darnoff, she works at NASA, and our alumnus, Matt Myers, he used to be the Formula team captain, and now he works for the Chevy racing team. And as I mentioned earlier, mechanical engineering is not just cars, it's not just vehicles. It's about advanced mechanical systems, alternative energy, innovative manufacturing, advanced thermal systems, and also industrial and robotics engineering. We offer a Bachelor of Science in Industrial Engineering, where our students learn how to improve quality and reliability of the products, systems, and services, and they can minimize costs and address continuous improvements. And we, in November 2019, we unveiled our new industrial engineering lab, and I will highly encourage you guys to come and visit it. And the last but not the least degree that's offered in this department is the robotics engineering degree. And I'm very proud to say that we are the first in the state of Michigan and second in the nation to offer that degree. So if you want to work in a department where you can do either an industry sponsored project or you want to work with a competition team and in the end find jobs in emerging fields, mechanical engineering at Lawrence Tech is the right place for you. And engineers work really closely with technologists where they get to apply their knowledge in the engineering fields. And we have an engineering technology department as well. And our department chair is Professor Ken Cook. And here's his contact information. We offer 3 different degrees in this department. The first one I will talk briefly is the mechanical and manufacturing engineering technology. And in this department, it's really unique because you learn the theory of the engineering, you learn the math and the science, but it's very applied. This degree is very applied. And in this program, it has a 3 core emphasis: the engineering technology core, quality core, and the management core. And in the end, you can find jobs in engineering and manufacturing. You can work as a quality engineer, or you can even work in sales and marketing. The second degree that we offer is construction engineering technology and management, where our students get to work on every step of a construction project, from planning to managing and to directing. And they can work in architectural and engineering firms. They can work with building code compliance, estimating and safety, and they can even do project inspection for cities and states. The last but not the least degree that's offered in this department is the Bachelor of Science in Audio Engineering Technology, where our student gets to have hands-on experience and work with the real applications of sound. We have a studio in Plymouth where it's newly renovated, and our students have a lot of hands-on experience. They even partnered with Ford, where they get to design the interior and exterior sound systems of a vehicle. You don't have to work with an OEM to apply your audio engineering degree. You can work in film and multimedia, you can work in broadcasting networks, you can even develop sound for computer games. And as I mentioned, I think with every program, we also have a senior project course for this department as well. The unique thing about this one is it's just 1 semester, and you start from scratch. You have to do a patent search, then a market search. In the end, you fabricate your product and you present it to our industry advisory board, and you can it can lead to commercialization. And let's show a small example where our seniors are tracking. They
so this is the field that it watches. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but you can choose any object that you want to track. You just press a button on it when you're holding the object in front of the camera, and it'll automatically sense it. So it'll automatically follow on the program, and you can watch it follow it.
Technology is very unique, and in the end, it prepares you for a career with a world-class skill set. So one thing that Jill also mentioned is the co-ops and internship opportunities at Lawrence Tech. I think what I love about what we have to offer is we give our students the flexibility. You can do a co-op through our career services, or you can do an internship. The good thing is you can do it while you're taking classes because we offer classes in the evening, or you can do it in the summer. And just don't take my word for it. Let's listen to one of our students.
Started out as an architecture student.
Let's try it.
Started out as an architecture student. Major in construction engineering, technology, and management. That decision was based primarily on what I wanted to do as a career. And there's design work, there's engineering, there's problem solving, there's a social aspect to construction. It's a very diverse major that really engages you in many different facets. It allows you to build great relationships and bonds with professors that at a big public school, you have a class size of maybe 100 kids, and you really don't get one-on-one time. Internships are very important in terms of the experience they supply you. They give you a lot of practical learning. The industry surrounding this campus and the school is pretty phenomenal, and I've never had an issue finding a job, getting an interview. I've only went to one career fair, and that was just based off interest when I was already working at a different employer. And that was just, it led to me where I am now, and each year I've had a different employer. That's not by force, but that's by decision. Kind of because I wanted to be a jack of all trades, and I wanted to try something different every year while I still have the opportunity and the excuse of, I'm in school. I want to get my experiences in while I still can.
So what makes Lawrence Tech unique? All first-year students are assigned to faculty and mentors, and they guide you through your hopefully 4 or 5 years with your class selections, your internships, and that ensures a smooth transition from high school. Students consult with real clients at Lawrence Tech Ventures at Centropolis Accelerator. LTU Zone, which is previously mentioned, and no other US college really provides that high-end laptops loaded with around $75,000 worth of industry use software. Lawrence Tech faculty members lead Detroit field trips every semester because we are at a really premium location. 92% of our Lawrence Tech students employed or enrolled in a graduate student by commencement, and 94% of the Lawrence Tech College of Engineering students graduate with either a co-op, an internship, or an experiential learning experience. So this is a brief summary of what we have to offer at College of Engineering at the undergraduate level. And I would like to end my presentation by thanking you for this virtual visit, and I would love to have you guys visiting us in person, and I would like to give you personal tours as well. And if you have any questions, I would love to answer them.
Yeah, and one thing I just want to briefly mention is just what Dr. Arslan just said again, that if you are on campus, she'd be more than happy to give you a tour of the College of Engineering facilities. And that's just something that doesn't happen everywhere. So I think that's a really great perk of being a small school like Lawrence Tech, but that also just shows how wonderful, not to brag, but how wonderful our professors really are, and that they want to talk to prospective students. They want to talk to students that are interested in certain areas. So I just wanted to point that out. That's really like a fantastic thing, that the associate dean of the College of Engineering is more than happy to like walk you around the facility. So I just wanted to point that out.
Thank you so much.
But yeah, so it looks like right now there are no questions being asked in the Q&A feature. So yeah, so I guess if nobody has any questions, unless, am I missing it? I don't think I'm.
I don't see them either. So
okay.
I think this kind of concludes our presentation.
Yeah, so then with that being said, feel free to contact both of us, but also throughout the College of Engineering presentation, there were all of the department heads' contact information as well. So yeah, feel free, you guys, to reach out to us. We're more than happy. That's what we're here for. We're more than happy to answer the questions that you may have, and we hope to see you on campus soon or virtually as well. So
yes.
Yeah. So with that being said, I guess, I don't know if StriveScan is, yeah, to go ahead and wrap things up. You're on mute. Yeah, okay.
You're muted.
Probably be helpful if I unmute myself. Thank you. All right. Well, thank you guys, and thank you for joining us this afternoon. There will be a quick link when you close this window with a 4-question survey. So again, I promise it's short and sweet, but we'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide about any of our sessions that you've been attending, and especially this one. Again, this is just one of many sessions that we're offering over the next 5 to 6 weeks, and you can sign up for any additional ones at IACAC.org. And this session is, of course, was recorded, and so if you'd like to access this later on, you can also find that on IACAC.org. So again, thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day. Bye, everybody.
Bye.